Okay, I'm currently replacing the oil cooler housing on my Dodge 3.6 liter Pentastar engine. The original was made out of plastic, terrible design, and Dorman does make a supposedly better than OEM aluminum version. The purpose of the video is not to tell you how to remove or install it. It's just to go over a couple things I'm learning in the process that might be helpful to those that end up doing themselves. First thing, I did go with the Dorman. If you go on Amazon or other online retailers, there's other less expensive versions of the aluminum housing. I did go with the Dorman because it included everything other than the sensors, which I'll get to in a minute. But it was made in the US, and at least I kind of knew, generally speaking, what quality I was getting. Some of the other, I guess, vendors, I really didn't have a handle on the quality and thought I'll just pay more for the Dorman. So that's the 926959. I think Rock Auto's got it for $200. I got it in town here at O'Reilly for $3. The only thing that this one did not come with, it didn't come with the temp and the pressure sensors. They tell you to remove those from your existing housing. I decided to replace those with new. I'm gonna be in the guts of the engine, or not quite the guts, but close to it. And I figured I'm there, might as well put new sensors in. So I did go and replace with new standard sensors. It cost me, I think, another probably 60 bucks for the sensors. But the thought process was, I'm in there, might as well put new ones in and hopefully not mess with it. So that's the other thing I'd suggest if you're down there working on it. I did read online some guys that purchased this kit. They did, one or two had some leaks related to the gaskets that go on the bottom. And a few folks recommended the Felpro kit. I don't know. I ended up buying it, and then with my micrometer did some measurements. I will point out a couple things. First off, the gaskets on the bottom of the original, these just bother me. This one feels almost flush. Now, it was in there and it was pressed with heating and cooling cycles for probably about 7 years rather. And so it's hard to judge, but this one's about flush. The rest of them were raised just a little bit, so there was a little bit of give still in the gasket. This one I did remove. I'll get to that in a minute. Just was concerned about the overall thickness of the gasket and where that's going in the vehicle. I wanted something with some meat on it. So I did go through here and do some measurements. The OEM with the micrometer did take some measurements on that. The Dorman took measurements on that, and then the Felpro. And what I noticed was that the Felpro, in terms of height, this is what I'm calling the height, was thicker or more raised. And so for the extra 40 bucks for the kit, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Although what was interesting was the OEM from Dodge was a little bit actually thicker, but the Felpro was taller or higher by almost half. This is in millimeters, almost half a millimeter. And given the fact that I'm setting this down on the top of the engine and pressing down, in my mind, I felt that was more important. I'm not a certified mechanic, so you can make of it what you will, but I'm gonna go the extra distance, and because people have complained about leaking here, I'm gonna go ahead with the taller or higher gaskets when I reassemble this. So anyway, just a couple things I picked up that I wanted to share that may help some people as they're going through the process. Why this was made out of plastic is beyond me. It's ridiculous that they would make that out of plastic. So you're in there, invest a little bit extra money and put in higher quality components, so hopefully you don't have to get in there and do it again. Good luck.